and I have master degree in public administration. I'm working as tourism guide with Ghazi Tours Company also. I was master ceremony for many events in Saudi Arabia. Let me consider myself as a writer, okay, because I'm just writing articles in some newspaper and also some poems, but in Arabic, nothing in English. So so this is just a brief about me.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, I didn't get the part. How long did you say you were working in Saudi Aramco?
15 years.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, Mr. Alanazi, so why did you choose to talk about ambition today?
It was, you know, I faced many things in my life, so I consider that I achieved my goals in my life. I faced many obstacles in life, and because some people around me motivate me to reach this point, so I'll just transfer this experience with motivation that you can do whatever you want if you want. So when you have the motivated people who just push you to your goals and achieve it, this is what we need. Especially for you guys, you are still young. I think you have a lot of goals to achieve. You have a lot of things you need just to as a target, and at the same time, I just want to transfer that sometimes you feel that there are some obstacles you cannot pass by, but you can. If you want to do this, you do it. And I have, you know, like one sentence I just remember it all the time. If you can dream it, you can do it.
Oh.
So there is no difficulty.
Pen down, sir. It's pen down. If you can dream it, then you can do it. Thank you very much, Mr. Alanazi. Thank you. I feel we all have that points in our life where we feel at times get frustrated, especially when we have things to do. So, Mr. Alanazi, when you get to this point, what drives you? What keeps you going?
Okay, see. I'll talk very honest with you. I'll just give you some you can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. First of all, you have to strengthen yourself with the skills that you need, and don't let anybody get you down. How you can do this? By motivation that we receive it, or you receive it from people around you, like father, mother, brothers, and also the friends around you. You know, I was working with Saudi Aramco, and at the same time I was studying master degree. I was working from 7 a.m. to 3:30, and after that I just came to home, rest for 1 hour, and going to the university after that from 6 to 10 p.m. This is for 2 years. It was so difficult. Sometimes I just feel that I'm so tired, I cannot do it. But when I found my mother smile, my father smile at me, and they said, please, you can do it. We need to see you graduated in one day. And you know, sometimes even in my home, in my work, some colleagues, you know, sometimes when you just have conversation with someone and he doesn't know the situation, the real situation that you are lived in, and maybe he said one word, it changed your mood all the day. And for example, I have old man in my when I was studying the master degree, and you know, sometimes I feel I'm very loaded, a lot of things in my shoulder, studying from side and work from other side, and just chatting with him. And always he keeping saying me one thing. You know what is it?
What is it, sir? Tell us.
Always he's saying, I'm sure that you will be something in your life. So just keep it up. And I love to hear from him this sentence. This is it changed my mood. And you know, like when you know the mobile, when it's just very empty, let's say it's 2% in the battery,
Yeah, yeah.
and somebody tell you something very sweet, very motivated, and you just go to 50%.
You get
This is
charged
what
up.
happened to the people.
Mm.
Sometimes you need to hear from people around you. You need to listen. You need, don't يعني, depend on yourself only. I will motivate myself. Okay, this is good. But also you need the people around you. Alhamdulillah, for me, thanks God, I achieved many goals by this, many goals. I just put the target, think about it, educate myself with the right skills, with the right things that I want to do, and go ahead. If you fail the first time, you can do it the second time, but don't give up.
Don't give up.
Always don't give up. And be sure that when you miss any opportunity at the first time, you will have it the second time. I'm against the word that's saying if the opportunity come, it will not come again. No, it will come again with another shape, with another, let's say, thing. So
Yeah.
also, I'm sure that all of us, believe in God. God always give us the sweetest things. So just believe in Him and be sure that He will give you the best of the best, the cream of the cream of the life. Anything happen, the fine will come again. I mean, the goodness will come again. So don't don't uh, don't give up. And also, I have another thing. It's maybe something related to to the subject that we are talking in, but from the other side.
No, no problem. Share it.
I'm always keeping in my mind some word, some sentence that I just keep it. That
Okay.
this one, I give it to you. Please share it with everyone. You know, says, change the world with your smile. Don't let the world change your smile.
Change your smile.
Okay?
Very good
This
saying,
is shared.
sir.
Yes, this is share it with your friends, your family, and I'm sure that yes. And I'm sure that your smile will change a lot when you smile يعني for example in your home, when you smile at your father or mother or sister or brother's face, do you think that it changed their mind?
It should. It should. Some people brighten
I'm
up when
sure.
they say smiles.
I'm sure. Like your smile now changed my mood to better and better. And
Yeah. Smile. Thank you very much, sir. I actually learned a lot from that. Mr. Witt, you said you were a part-time student and you're also working at Saudi Aramco. How would you say this has actually shaped you, being where you are right now, being a part-time student and also working at that time?
I didn't get
You
your
think,
question.
okay,
Can you repeat?
no problem. You said you were working at Saudi Aramco as a part-time student, and also like as a part-time student, you were working. So I'm like, how did it shape you to being who you are right now?
Okay. First of all, I just want to give you one information. I started with Aramco with the secondary school certificate only. I didn't have at that time.
Okay.
I don't have a bachelor degree or master degree.
Okay.
I get the bachelor degree and master degree during the I'm working with Aramco.
Wow. Wow.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Yes. So I started with them. Yes, I started with them in 18th of my age. And this is because of some circumstances. I couldn't يعني continue my bachelor degree and master degree at that time. I mean, but I keep the goals in my mind. I will not. Yeah, let me tell you one story. In I think 2005 or 2006, was sitting with, at that time I didn't have bachelor degree and master degree. Okay, I was working with Aramco in there is like an institute with 2 years study. After that, you will be a regular employee with Aramco. At that time, one of my relatives, he was studying in King Fahd University in Dhahran. I was studying in Dhahran city at that time. So I visited him in the university. At that time, I didn't have bachelor degree. I visited him in the university in his university. We were sitting in the dinner,
Okay.
and he was talking. You are a very smart guy. Why you didn't continue with your studying and this and this? You know, he just advised me with these things.
Yeah.
So I told him at that time, see, 2005, 2006. At that time, I told him, one day you will see me with master degree. He just laughed at that time. You know, he said, okay, you don't have bachelor degree and you are talking about master degree. It's not that thing that. Then 2000, see, in 2013, 2010, I get my bachelor degree. In 2013, I get my master degree. I said, you remember that night we are sitting in the dinner? Are you hearing me?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay. After this many years, I give him a call. I said, you remember that dinner that we are sitting together and I didn't have bachelor degree and anything? He said, yes. I said, now I achieve my goal and I have my master degree. So it was a goal, it was a target. I did this. Regarding Aramco, I started with them with 18s. I continue, but you know, I found nice environment. I found يعني very encouragement people there, and I'm just looking for my opportunity. I didn't see the sky will not rain a gold or silver. Nothing will happen if you didn't go and work hard in your life. Nothing will happen to you. Nothing will be changing in your life. Most of the people, they just spend more time in listening to, you know, motivation lectures and these things. It's good, listen to them, but they will not change your life unless you go and fight. You know, the life like a fight, like a war. You have to go by all the skills that you have, anything. And I remember one of my professors in university, in master degree, you know, I look very smart guy? I mean, very.
We can't tell it by the look, but yes, yes. So far, you've spoken very, very well, sir.
You know, in university, in master degree,
Yeah.
I always looking for A. I'm not looking for B or C or D or these things. No. And it was, you know, one material, one subject. I'm not familiar with it. It was very difficult, and the professor that teaching us, he's very tough and these things. You know, sometimes you face this in university and schools.
Yes, very much. Yes.
But it was there was one professor. I like him so much, and I like his subject. He was teaching us organizational behavior. I was facing so difficult with this material, the other one, and I didn't think that I get a plus with it. One day I was very sad and very disappointed. I found the professor that I love. I like him. I like his style. I came to him. I said, you know, professor, the other material, I have problem with him, and you know, I will not get a plus and this thing. He laughed. He said, do you see me? I said, yes, I'm professor now. Do you think that I didn't face any problems? I didn't face any D's in my life? And if in my life, I said, I don't know, but I thought that you are very smart guy. You are getting يعني, PhD and these things. He said, no, I faced this thing. So don't let this material or this subject affect the other material. Get A plus in other subjects and get B or C in this. It will not stop you. And he gave me a good example. He said, you know, the player, the football player, for example, he is very skilled in his head. You know, when he just hit the ball in his head.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, yeah, he said some people looking for the weakness and try to make it strong. And this is not correct. Look what the strength in your body or your skills or your mind and make it very strong, because you will lose time with the weakness. But see what's the special in you and give it more time. It will showing you something different. So this is what I'm looking for, and this is my style in dealing with things.
Oh, wow.
I hope that I'm not out of the subject.
I know at all. We're talking about ambition, aren't we? You know. So, Mr. Alanazi, what part of the work would you say you love the most?
Pardon?
What part of your work would you say you love the most?
I didn't get your question.
What part of your current work, your profession, would you say you love the most?
Yeah, okay. You mean, see, now I have many works, by the way, and maybe Durika knows that. I just keep myself busy with a lot of things, but the main job that I'm working on is Aramco. And my skills, you know, in making presentations and working with Microsoft Excel and making budget and forecasting and financial things. This is my part, and this is my power. And always looking for improve myself and make this strong in me. I will not see my weakness point. I just leave it. By the way, I'm looking for the strength and make it very strong. Am I clear?
Yes, very, very clear, sir. Very clear. I mean, okay, so, Mr. Alanazi, a question. Okay, I don't know who this is from. Without a thought, if you were to change your profession, what would you choose?
It's a nice one. If I change my profession now, I'll just go to the media. I'll be
Media.
I'll be reporter or something in TV.
And oh wow. Okay.
I
You
told
said
you.
yeah.
I'm just, I have a lot of things. So maybe Durika knows that because I have a lot of let's say she knows that I'm having there and there and there. Can you give me a second just to I think the charger?
No problem. No problem.
Okay, just a minute.
Mr. Yuval met Mr. Ghazi. He tends to help Mr. Ghazi when Mr. Ghazi has other commitments in other places. And when he takes over the touring excursion, you won't feel like Ghazi is missing. But then it goes back to what Mr. Ghazi was saying to you the other day, that he named Ghazi tours, so that's like even when he's not on a particular tour, you still feel like Ghazi is around. Oh, sorry, this was with the international ladies, with the DIL international ladies. When Mr. Ghazi is not on the tour, whoever is there to represent him still gives you the feeling of Mr. Ghazi being there. So you never feel as though you're missing out on anything. And I remember once, Mr. Awaid had to host, I had a surprise birthday party thrown for me at some point. So we went in the desert. We went out to the desert. And Mr. Awaid was the one that actually hosted that, that event. But then again, I guess in a number of ways, I'll be biased because the Alanazis are brothers to me. There are 7 Alanazi brothers. So Awaid and they're all brothers to me. So it's like, to me, because they're family, it seems as though I'm being biased. But when you speak to people that don't even know them on that level, they say the same thing. They're very dedicated, they're very loyal, they're very friendly. They take everybody as a member of the family. So you might meet them today and be thinking, oh, wow. And you know what, right? When you do get the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia, wallahi, and whenever I'm talking to my Saudi brothers and sisters, I tend to use those like terminologies, wallahi, inshallah, and everything. When you do end up in Saudi Arabia,
Okay.
as you know, if you have being connected to me, you will meet the Alanazi family. You will, and then you see for yourselves. I'm not sure if Mr. Alanazi is back.
I think he's still plugging in his phone.
Let me come off. Awaid, are you ready?
Yes, just a minute. Okay. I'm looking for just a minute. Sorry for that. I'm very sorry.
Should I keep on talking then, Awaid?
You can, no problem.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the joy of actually being with you see, when you go to Saudi Arabia for the first time, most people tend to be daunted at the fact that most people that have never been to Saudi Arabia tend to have this daunting feeling of like, what should we expect? When I went to Saudi Arabia, I remember I just seemed to get invitations from so many Saudis to come to their home. And I remember that a lot of like the professors I was working with were like, what is it you're doing that is actually getting you invites to go to a Saudi home? And I was thinking, I wasn't doing anything special, anything. If I said something and they were like, oh, you should come to a house, Derike. I'm like, okay. But it got to it's like, I'll accept the invitation, but not necessarily visit. And then people used to say to me that sometimes when Saudis invite you, it's just a way of being polite. But no, I've been to so many Saudi homes from getting an invitation, because one of the highest compliments you can get from a Saudi is when they say to you that you've got a white heart. And then you wonder what a white heart is. But okay, Mr. Alanazi is back. Let me keep quiet.
No, you can finish.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
guys.
Okay, Mr. Alanazi, just 1 minute. So when a Saudi says to you, when a Saudi says to you that you've got a white heart, they mean that they can feel the sincerity, the loyalty, the love, and the peace that is coming from you. So in a way, I got a lot of those compliments from Saudis, but I will hand back to Mr. Alanazi right now. Let me just come off.
Mr. Alanazi.
Yeah, sorry for that. I didn't notice the chart.
Oh, no problem. Auntie Cecile just gave us some, let's say, exciting information. She said you were 7 in the family.
She said what?
You are 7. You have 7 brothers.
7 brothers. 7 brothers in total.
We are 7 brothers and 5 sisters. It's a very huge family.
Wow. It's cool. Okay, so we have one question from Tanya for you. She said, you have your hands in many different baskets. How do you stay energized?
Again, please, I'm sorry.
You have your hands in many different baskets. How do you stay energized?
By, organize your time, organize your priorities. Just put what you need in the first, second, third, whatever. Sometimes we just dream about something that maybe we need it after 5 years, but start with the first and the first. And for example, which is more important, buying a house or buying a car? So you have to judge yourself. Okay, you have to judge yourself. You have to comparing the priorities for things and just do it. Always, and believe me, this is what happened to me. Your family is the first wall of defense. Your family is your life. Your family is the people caring about you. Your family is very important rather than any employee. If you have anything, don't go outside. Just go to your family. You will find the solution.
Thank you very much. Tanya, I hope that answers your question.
That certainly did. Thank you, Mr. Alanazi. And that's an amazing point about your family being your first point of call. So many people can learn from that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Alanazi, you talked about diets. Would you say you're currently on a diet?
Talking about what?
You said one of the things you mentioned, you said time management, diet and prioritizing, and also family. So I was asking, Would you say you're on a diet right now?
Diet?
Yeah, you mentioned diet. That was what I was asking.
You mean diet for the food?
Yeah, for the food, Because I
Yeah,
mean, you look
see,
very ravishing yourself. So
yeah, see. By the way, the sport in my life is in daily basis. I'm playing boxing now.
boxing.
Uh, yeah, we have curfew, but I have my trainer come to my
Okay.
house and we just do boxing. And one day, if you want us to just to show you the training, we will do.
Wow. I'm
And
surprised.
I'm doing sports and exercise every day, and this is very important for your health, your mind, your pressure. By the way, this is my advice. If you have headache, just go and do sports, do exercise. You will leave it. You didn't need the Panadol and these things.
Sure. Sure. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, so on to the next question. Mr. Lanazi, our subject today, or rather our topic for discussion is ambition. So what would be your most important advice for everyone here?
Uh, Sorry, I cannot hear. So you can repeat it very slowly so I can understand.
Okay, Mr. Lanazi, our topic today is ambition. So I was asking, what would be your most important advice to everyone here today?
Don't give up. And you know what? The most words that I hated,
Sir?
the most word that I hated to hear it from people.
Okay.
The word is I cannot.
I cannot.
Yes, this is deleted from your dictionary.
Hmm.
Don't say I cannot, especially the people they didn't try it. As we said, if you dream it, if you can dream it, you can do it. So don't say I cannot. You can. You can. And you don't يعني, expect that you will do the thing 100% from the first time. Maybe I can at least achieve my goal by 50%, and this is okay. You don't have to get the full benefit or the full, let's say, things from your goals exactly 100. No, يعني at least achieve your goal by 60. By the way, I have one dream, one thing that's in my mind. This is my belief. Maybe I'm dreaming that I will be a minister of the government one day. So when you see me in the future, I will not forget you. I'll just be your friend.
No, I would always say I know Mr. Lanazi. Wow, thank you very much. So, Mr. Lanazi, with what is happening in the world presently, the coronavirus and everything, and everyone being grounded at home, which source of energy, like alternative source of energy apart from petroleum now, would you say has had the most breakthrough in terms of, let's say, feasibility, in terms of efficiency?
You mean in my life?
Yeah, yeah, and the world
Yeah.
generally too.
يعني you mean what's the impact of curfew and coronavirus in my life?
Sorry, you said?
You mean what's the impact in my life because of coronavirus and
Oh, no, that's not what I asked. I was asked, okay, there's a question here. He said, with all that is happening in the world presently, and everyone looking for an alternative means of energy, where would you say they have had the most breakthrough? Like,
I didn't get your point.
I probably think we should scrap the question out. Should we? Okay, so Mr. Lanazi, all the questions are exhausted from me. So I think we should open the group up to anyone that wants to ask a question.
Yeah, please. By the
All
way,
right.
I'm very pleased. I'm very happy to see you and talking to you guys. It's really very nice from Dorica. I'm very proud that I'm between you now.
We're happy to have you, sir. We're happy. We're glad.
So anyone, by the way, it's open for anything. If you want just to ask about our subject today or anything in your mind, just go ahead.
All right, guys. The group is open. Anyone that wants to ask a question can go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Alanazi. This is Derike, obviously. You know what, right, ambassadors? One of the things I probably haven't told you is that Mr. Alanazi and, you know, as the same as Dr. Faridi, Mr. Faridi, have been part of this project from day one, because we've been working on this for years. Am I lying, Awaid? We've been working on this together for years. We've had different things happening, different things being scrapped. We've been talking about 2030 vision together. We've been going in and out of meetings for about 4 or 5 years, Awaid. So, you know, so Mr. Wade is a big part of DIL Ambassadors. From the start, from before we even gave it a name, he was part of it. So, you know, it's like, you know, you're going to be seeing a lot of Mr. Awaid Alanazi whenever we have to make big decisions, because I tend to go to him and Dr. Faridi. And then you've got a few other people like Mrs. Basu. All of them are part of DIL Ambassadors. And like I said initially, without them, we won't have DIL Ambassadors, because he's a very, you know, he's loyal, he's supportive. He keeps, anytime I call him, no matter what, he'll be like, Derike, what can I do? What are we going to do? How can I help? How are we going to move this forward? And you know, I'm not joking away, because that's the way it's always been. I've got emails to you know, to prove this. He's always ready to help. So you know that when we come off the call and you add him, he's already on the LinkedIn ambassador page on, he's already on the page on LinkedIn anyway. If you ever have any questions as DIL ambassadors, all you need to do is send a message to Mr. Alanazi. And some of you have his phone number. The ambassadors will have his phone number. The older ambassadors would have his phone number if you need to text him on WhatsApp or anything like that. So, and I appreciate you, brother, because he's my brother, he's my friend. You know, he's one of the board members. Shukran, Awaid. I'm going to mute it in a minute.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
Any
Mr. Awaid.
questions?
Wow, it's such a pleasure to have you, and especially to know you. Sorry, this is Tanya, a DIL ambassador. Especially, it's a pleasure to know that you've been with us since the beginning, before we even came together. So, wow, thank you. My question: you mentioned your hobbies earlier, that you wrote some poems, but not in English. How has that could you tell us a little bit more about that? Because I'm quite curious to hear about it.
You mean my poems?
Your poems and writing. For example, where did it all start off?
When I started with poems?
Yes.
Okay. I started in 14 years old. And the last poems I wrote it about my mother.
Okay.
And you can find it in my Facebook page. I'm sure that you will some of you, if you can just a little words if they can understand Arabic. But I'm so happy that you just see it in my Facebook. And always I'm writing in Arabic. A lot of things, if you can just interesting to read and translate it to English, it will be my pleasure.
Okay, thank you. I look forward to reading it. I do have to ask, however, why don't you write in English as well? You can speak English. So.
Actually, for me, I cannot, maybe I can write very little things in English, but it will not be like, you know, the mother language. As some people, they are native speaker in English, so they can write something great in English. But for me, I'm not sure that I will be successful in write poems in English. But I would love to.
Mr. Alanazi, this is where I have to feed you back your own line. You can.
If you dream it.
If you try, you can. And if you don't get it in the first, if you can only achieve it in the first 50%, at least you've got some of it. I think you should try. It'd be nice to see.
I would love to do, and if I do, for sure I will post it in Facebook.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tanya. Mr. Alanazi, would you say you have ever gotten a writer's block, like having issues writing, or maybe you have the inspiration to write now, you are with the pen or on your laptop, then everything just flies away.
Again, please, I'm sorry.
Okay, I was asking, like, would you say you have ever had a writer's block? Like, let's say you have an inspiration to write a story or a poem, an article, then you get your pen or you're on your laptop, and then everything just flies away.
You mean Durika, can you help me with this? I'm not sure I understand.
Okay.
Now, Ferami, please repeat what you said again, because you're talking with regards writer's block, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, maybe the way I would rephrase it, Awaid, is this. Do you ever have moments where you're stuck for what to write?
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yes. But I didn't give up. Yani, for example, I just leave myself with 2, 3, 4 days. After that, coming back,
Okay.
I have a lot of things in my mind, so I just continue. You know, some poems I stay for 3, 4 months to complete it.
Oh.
Because sometimes you just stuck with this, and you know, the ideas you cannot it's not a phone call. Yani, just call the idea, it will come. It's not like that. So sometimes the idea comes to you when you see something or feel something or live an emotional thing. So sometimes, yes, I'm stuck. I'm just stuck, but I didn't give up. I just stay for 3, 4 days and coming back and continue my ride.
Thank you very much, sir.
You see, going back to what Mr. Alanazi was saying with regards like writing in another language, I fully understand what he's saying. Because you see, when you're writing in your language, it flows naturally. And there's certain descriptive words you can use in your own language that you won't be able to think about in another person's language. Because take, for instance, right, I can speak English, I can understand, I can see, I can feel the heart of English when people convey things. When you're talking to an English person, they'll understand an English person's sense of humor. But if you repeat the same sense of humor to a Nigerian or a Chinese person, they'll be wondering why you're laughing. They'll be like, what's so funny? Because to them, it's just dry words. Whereas if they come up with certain jokes that actually come from their culture, it's like anybody that actually understands the culture, that lives the culture, will be able to like understand instantly what the joke means.
Yeah.
So it's so funny. And that is not, that's not taken away from somebody like me. No matter what a joke, what the language is sometimes, in any language, I tend to have to ask the teams to repeat it, to explain, to break it down. By the time they break it down, even if it's in Yoruba, English, whatever, sometimes I just don't get certain jokes. And I'll be wondering why people are laughing. And by the time they break it down, it's not funny anymore.
True, that happens.
It happens a lot with me. So you tend to have the teens say to me that, oh, mom, never mind. You spoiled it, you killed it. So what Mr. Alanazi is saying makes a lot of sense, because you see, there's richness in words, there's a life to words, and it takes a very special natural writer to be able to like convey it to you, for you to understand on a level that the writer needs you to understand, so they can actually interpret it on the level that the person's actually conveying it to you. Exactly. So when it comes to what he's saying, writing, I've seen his poems on Facebook, because thankfully on Facebook you've got Google Translate. So I mean, Facebook has an ability for it's got an application whereby it's like, you can click on English and you can read what it says in Arabic. But even though I'm clicking to translate it to English, I know for a fact I'm not getting the full richness of what Mr. Alanazi is trying to convey. Exactly. Because it's, you take a lot of life out of it when you're translating. Anyway, I'm going to leave it to you again.
Thank you, Dorika, for clarification. And this is exactly what I mean. And I think this is the idea. Yes.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions, please? Because I have many, but I'm waiting for you. I don't want to take over. So does anybody have questions?
Tayo, Ferami, Joshua, anybody?
Guys, come on. love to have many questions, by the way. So don't be shy.
Waiting.
So anybody, any questions? Mr. Alanazi, what are you doing
Yes.
to, because are you having to work from home these days?
No, I'm working
Oh,
in my office.
Oh,
Normal.
so you,
Yeah.
okay. When did you start going back into work?
Going to back. What do you mean going back? We are in work.
Did you at any point have to work from home?
If we have somebody infected in corona within our area, they advised us to go to home for 14 days. But alhamdulillah, up to now, everything is fine. So,
Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
alhamdulillah.
And there's something I wanted to ask. I'm going to have to remember in a minute. When was the last time you went into the desert with Gazitos? Oh yeah, now I remember what I was about to ask. You've got a florist as well, because I know you've got your hand in so many pies. How is the florist business going?
How, what is it?
The flower shop. You got the flower shop?
The flower shop. Okay. That's a good point to mention. Actually, after 2 years of opening the flower shop, but unfortunately I couldn't success in this, and I am forced to stop because I'm losing money at that time, and I closed. But I didn't give up. I started another project, which is metal workshop. It's different rather than the flower, for sure, but it's something that I will not stop. I'm continue in my private
ventures
business. Yes, business, and alhamdulillah, now I'm going very well with this. Now I have 2 years of success in the private business, but the flower shop, I didn't make it. I don't know why, and thanks God. Yani, alhamdulillah, I have good health. Everything is okay. Money will come again. Everything is fine. But the important thing, guys, as I told you before, don't give up. Maybe you don't have the right. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't. And alhamdulillah, 2 years and everything is going very well. And I'm having my Arabic coffee now. Alhamdulillah, everything.
Have you got your dates as well next to you? The dates?
No, we changed Dorika, we changed the date with this thing, you know.
Is that Mamour? What is that? What is
it's
that?
like a biscuit. It's like a biscuit with we call it simsim in Arabic.
Does it have sesame seeds?
Yeah.
And then, you know,
this is just for me.
Sorry.
This is just for me. When you come to Saudi Arabia, we will have date for you. So. Shukran.
You know, Awaid, one thing you said, and I agree with again. You were talking about the fact that it's like, okay, you know, you started the flower shop, but you had to close it. But at least you tried, because you see, I mean,
alhamdulillah.
Exactly, you tried, because Awaid, you know how long we've been working on the DIL project. You know how many years, Awaid? About 5 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, about 5 years since I came back from Saudi Arabia. We've been working on this. Now we've been working on this. It's gone through so many changes. So many changes. There were times when we were working with different people. That has come to an end. We had so many meetings away, but we didn't give up. And you guys didn't give up on me. So, but if I hadn't tried, I would have kept on thinking, oh, maybe. But one thing, I never used the phrase that I can't. I've never said I can't. I keep on trying. If it doesn't work, I go on to something else. I go on to another idea. And it's so funny with the ambassadors. I'm glad you're getting to meet at least Fermi face to face. Maybe some of them will come on video. From the day I started with the ambassadors, they've been trying endlessly away, endlessly, putting in so much. A couple of days ago, we had a meeting with Richard, And Richard was telling us about the NTP. You know, all the professional mentors are putting in everything they have to make this a success. So we don't give up. We just change. We just change tracks. Mr. Alanazi, continue with your copy. Go on, I'm waiting.
Alhamdulillah. By the way, Durika, I lost almost 200,000 riyals in flower shop, but I get benefits, I get experience, and I would have good health, and I have my mind. So I just change. Let's say we have a road just straight. When you have obstacles, what should you do? Just change your lane a little bit and come back again. And this is what I did. I just changed the path, changed the let's say the field, and going to my target. I need my private business. This is something that I need to have it, and alhamdulillah, it's getting better and better, and this is fine. I'm okay.
Yeah. You see, it's so nice because you learn so many things when you're going in and out. It's experience. You can't buy experience. You can't buy experience. It's just a matter of like, just keeping on and going on. Ambassadors, do you have any questions? Rosie, Tayo?
I think I have one.
Oh, thank you. Is that Joshua?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Awaid.
Good evening. Hi.
Joshua, I'm from Nigeria. Speaking of the flower shop, do you think you will still go back to the business again, or you are leaving it for good?
Durika, can you help me? I didn't hear very well.
I said about the flower shop. Do you think you will go back again to the business, or you are leaving it for good?
I said I go to the business, but I will not go to the flower shop, because this is what I learned, as Durika mentioned, the experience, you cannot buy the experience. So I found myself, I'm not florist. I cannot do this business because it's need, for example, the benefit I get it from this experience. First, you have to have very skilled person doing, the flowers and make it in good shape. This is the first thing. And this is, I didn't do it. I just bring somebody, I give him some training with some areas, and this will not work. The second thing, I have to have a manager. His business just looking for the updated, shapes and the flowers and these things, and this is, I didn't do it. This is my mistake. I learned from it. The third one, I know that this is what I did it in the new business. If you have a job, you cannot balance yourself. You cannot just divide yourself between the business and the private business and your job. You cannot do it. And this is what I learned. So now when I started my private business now, the new one, I have my manager. He just handling everything, the labors, the government issues and a lot of things. I just came, I have my camera, by the way, I have another phone. I have camera there. I can watch the work. I can talk to them. I can just guide them. I visited them from time to time, but I have my manager who I trust, and he just running the business. Before in the flower shop, I just go by myself. I buy things. I'm just looking in, the Google and Instagram, Twitter, looking for the nice flowers and these things. So I learned a lot of things. So when I started the new business, I just leave I get the good things from the experience. I'm trying to avoid what mistake I did in the previous one. So I'm not back to the flower shop. No, I'll just start with the metal, and I'm going with it. I'm happy.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hello, this is Rosie. I'm from the UK and I'm a DIL ambassador, and I also have a question for you, please, Mr. Awaid.
Go ahead, please.
Do you like to travel? And if so, what places have you been to?
Actually, I'm not that guy. He should travel every year. I'm okay with my country. I'm happy here, and everything is fine. But when I have opportunity to travel, I just go, because the travel is not my priority, by the way. Now at this stage, now I'm build myself. I'm doing business. I'm doing a lot of things, but it's not my favorite. But if I have chance and good company like you guys, I'll just go with them. The best place that I visited and I love to go there, it's Japan.
Japan.
Yes, it's amazing. It's something that I love to go again there. But
Okay.
this is maybe I will just visit you guys in your country from time to time.
Okay, thank you.
Well, you will have to come to England at some point, because if we are building the DIL ambassadors, you have to come to England at some point.
I promise you, Durika, and I'll come there, inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Anybody else with any questions? Oh, Tanya, please go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Alanazi.
Hi.
My question for you was, how is it working with family, and also, what is your favorite activity on Ghazi tours?
The second one I hear it, but the first one.
Oh, what is it like working with family?
Like with family, what?
When you work with family, what does it feel like?
Oh,
Working in business, yes.
yeah, you mean what I feel toward family?
No, like what's it like when working with family? Because
What I like.
some people only go into business with their friends, and some people have family businesses. So I'm saying, what is it like working with your brother and with family in
Yeah,
general?
see, I treat my brothers like friends. By the way, I don't have friends, يعني, and exactly friends, but my friends is my brothers. I work with them. It's, you know, when you work with your brothers or with the family, you can understand each other without even talking to each other. When I see, for example, my brother Ghazi, when I look at his eyes, at يعني, special situation, I know what he needs and what he will say without saying, or before he's saying that.
That's true. I get the same with my siblings.
Exactly. So يعني, this has helped us because we see each other at home, we see in the business, we are going together يعني, to have a picnic. And yesterday we were in our camp having our dinner there, and you know, playing together. And this is the life. That's what I said. Family, 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 family.
Wow.
They are very important in your life, so don't lose them. Yeah. So the second question, what I'm doing in Ghazi tours, sometimes I'm in charge. If Ghazi is not there, I'm just taking the place to lead all the facilities, the activities. And I'll give you a secret. Maybe even Durika doesn't know that. I'm singing in Ghazi tours sometimes.
You're what? I missed it. You're
singing.
I'm singing in Ghazi tours sometimes. يعني, for example, you know Billa Ciao, the song Billa Ciao.
No, sing it for us.
No. Yes, good idea, DIL.
Okay, this is Italian one. We change it with Ghazi tours style.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so maybe you will not understand. Maybe you understand 2 words, but I'll sing it for you guys.
All right,
and before I sing it in our way, I'll just translate. It's very short one. We are saying in Arabic, if you want to be happy and not getting bored, just go with Ghazi tours. So I'll say it in our way with Billa Ciao.
Absolutely.
Ready, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
تبي تستانس تنسى الهواجس مع غازي تورز غازي تورز غازي تورز 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 تبي تستانس تنسى الهواجس مع غازي تورز غازي تورز غازي تورز.
You have a lovely voice.
I know, right?
But I think I saw it in one of the Ghazi Tours videos with Mr. Ghazi himself. It was on YouTube. Yes. Oh, it's very nice. I was saying also, what is your favorite activity? Because Mr. Ghazi showed us some, skiing in the desert, and that looked amazing.
Sand surfing, yeah.
What's your favorite activity?
My favorite is boxing.
Oh yes, boxing as your hobby, I remember.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. So, Mr. Alanazi, I think in the absence of questions, we have come to the end of today's call. Answer Sue.
Yeah.
No, you unmuted your microphone.
Oh, sorry. Were you talking to? Okay. No,
No,
nobody else. Sorry, Ferami. What did you say?
I said since you unmuted your mic, I thought you wanted to say something.
Oh. No, I was just wondering, Saki, if there's anything else Mr. Awaid would like to, Mr. Alanazi would like to say to us, or more advice he might want to give to the DIL ambassadors.
Yes, it's highly welcome. It's highly welcome.
Okay. This is the last. We will end up with this.
If you have things to say, you're welcome, because you're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say something. So we will end up with this one, or we have something else?
Oh no, we haven't got anything else. But Mr. Alanazi, you're going to have to come on regularly, please, because
I'm always here, and guys, maybe I don't know you very well by names, but anything that I can help with, or anything that you see me, maybe you will get benefit, or any questions that you have regarding our country, our religion, our customs, anything that I can help with, please feel free. You have my Facebook, and Durika can also give you my accounts. Just go ahead, ask whatever you want. I'm here to help. And I know Durika since I think more than 10 years now. And she is still, we are in touch, and I love her so much. And even we didn't see each other from long time, but I hope that inshallah one day either we will come there or Durika will come here. So keep your relationship with the people in a nice way. Help people as much as you can, because one day this will return to you. Don't think that you will give something and it will not return to you. No. If you do anything for the people, for happiness for the people, for supporting them, even with money or with words, anything that you help with, believe me, and this is true, and I face it. One day it will return to you, even by getting good health, or good family, or good job, or good money, or whatever. This is from Allah, from God. So do whatever you want, do whatever you can for making people happy. And as I told you at the beginning, please keep your smile always in, because it will affect even the people around you. Because if you are smiling all the time, everybody will get positive energy. If it's not, you will affect yourself and affect the other people negatively. So just go to your goals, make yourself ready, and look to the life like a fight. It's not something easy you get in. It's not something that you will just stay at home and in your chair and a lot of things will come to you. This will not happen. Will not happen. Yani across the history, nothing happened to somebody who just sitting and looking to the people, waiting money and good jobs and good things come to him. This will not happen, guys. So just go ahead and make it like a fight. Always be strong. Like, sometimes we just have muscles in our body, but in life you don't have this. You have here, strong your mind. This is your muscles with the life, so you can go and get your target. This is my advice, and always keeping saying that change the world with your smile. Don't let the world change your smile. This is very important. And thank you, guys. This is what I want to say.